Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Bhageshri Kaila Skinkar. First of all, apologies from my end as I'm suffering from a bad cold and cough and may not be audible. My words may not be audible properly. So here I am introducing my team members Javed, Syed Akbar and Fatima. We are looking into a very detailed audit about Startup Amsterdam and how this organization has been so successful in Netherlands and what are the business strategies that made them a successful hub in Netherlands and in Europe. So here in this presentation we will be talking and looking about first is the background of the company, second is the pestle analysis, third is the current analysis versus company analysis, fourth Porter's 5 model forces, fifth SWOT analysis, sixth is the differentiation strategy, seventh VRIO analysis, that is value, rarity, imitability and organization, eighth is the competitor analysis, and ninth is some strategic sets of recommendation what we think about the company, and ninth is the conclusion. Okay. So moving on to our next slide is very helpful in analyzing the key purposes of the presentation. It is primarily based on the case study of the startup Amsterdam, as well as it is associated with the hyper connected center in the European startups of the technology. The presentation focuses on the conduct of audit procedures in term, and that helps in analyzing the competitive advantage, some business strategies that are used by this company to promote public sectors as well as the private sectors in Netherlands. So, firstly, let's talk about the background of the company. Startup Amsterdam is based in Netherlands, and the role is to showcase Amsterdam's startup community, the overarching startup ecosystem, and all the initiatives that facilitate these connections. Startup Amsterdam is a technological hub where innovation thrives with your new ideas, some talents, connections, mentorships, funding power, some corporate innovation, courageous, etc. The implementation of the program is to merge the private and the public sector in order to support startups, entrepreneurs, and scales up as well as other players in the local systems. Moving on to our next slide. It is all about the pestle analysis. As we all know, like pestle analysis studies the key external factors like political, economical, sociological, technological, and legal and environmental that influences as organization, where it can be used in a range of different scenarios and can guide people, professionals, and senior managers in strategic decision making. So here we have considered all of these factors that can and has affected the well-being of the organization. So first is the political factors. One of the defining features of Netherlands is its membership towards the European Union. So it is significant for the organizations to follow the rules as well as required regulations implemented by the European Union. Second is the economic factor. Now, economic factor can be two types. That is, first is high income, and second one will be the global economic change. So, if high income, where economy is significantly more liquid in Netherlands, so it would be otherwise like the business are willing to spend and leading to a positive, you can say a spiral of commerce. Whereas, like any other country, the Netherlands is affected by changes in the worldwide economy. So, for the economic factor, I strongly believe like high income as well as the global economic change can play a vital role. Third is the socio-cultural factors. First, the factors that can affect the cultural factors can be the immigration and the liberal societies. Here in Netherlands, the liberal societies are some of the factors that can affect the organization. Due to the mixed culture and lots of immigrants open to Netherlands, it is difficult to maintain, and as the majority of the population of the Netherlands believes in the liberal society, Startup Amsterdam can maintain an effective relationship with all of them. As the technological environment of the Netherlands is advanced, the organization can focus on maybe ensuring effective access and developing its brand image by using social media platforms. But, however, due to dynamic nature of the climate in Netherlands, like a risk of flooding, maybe renewable energy usage, it becomes challenging for the startup Amsterdam to attend and conduct these operations effectively. And lastly is the legal factors, where the organization follows the liberal regulation, and which makes their life bit simplified for operating and attaining their desired goals as well as objectives, and still holding a leading position in the market. This is the overall pestle analysis according to our team, what we feel about. Now I would like to invite Javed to give some clarity regarding other frameworks that we have used to give a clear analysis about the organization. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bhagya. That's the good information about the company. And now we're gonna see about the current analysis of the startup Amsterdam. So the above slides divides the current analysis of the startup Amsterdam that has been majorly impacted by the Ukraine war. The interest on investment has highly dropped by 37% for the temporary based period due to the impact of the Ukraine war. So, moreover, the startups faced challenges in raising capital, and hence startup Amsterdam majorly focused on energy sector with respect to 30% in terms of providing funds. And next we're gonna see implement this current analysis into the Porter's 5 force models. Now we're gonna implement our current analysis into the Porter's 5 force models. There are various topics in this Porter's 5 force models. Number one is threat of new entrants, and number two is threat of substitute product, and number three is bargaining power of suppliers, and number four is bargaining power of buyers, and number five is competitor rivalries. In these various topics, we're gonna look about the risk which is high and which one is low, and we're gonna look the reasons too. Number one, threat of new entrants. Their risk was too high. The reason for the risk was too high is the fintech industry is lack in gaining economics of scale due to lack of startup cost. And number two, threat of substitute products. The risk was too low. The reason for the risk was low was a few availabilities of high quality substitute products, and buyers are less likely to switch to others. Number three, bargaining power of suppliers. In this case, the risk was too high. The reason was the high risk was done by the ordinary products. They have produced the ordinary products and small switching cost, which is a lot of suppliers providing low cost. And number four, bargaining power of buyers. In this case, the risk was too low. The reason of the risk was too low is the product differentiation is high that lead to no availability of alternative products. Number five, the competitive rivalry. In this case, the risk was too high. The reason for risk is too high is large number of competitors such as Startup Amsterdam, Eurostar Project, Amsterdam Science Parks, and so forth. So they got more competitors. So the competitive rivalry has become the major role to play. The risk was too high. So here we're gonna see next about the SWOT analysis. Okay, here we're gonna see about the SWOT analysis. As we all know, SWOT has a brief meaning of which S stands for strength, W stands for weakness, O stands for opportunities, T stands for threats. And first we are gonna see about some strengths. So what are the strengths of them? The first one is the talent and diversity, infrastructure, trade hub, EU Union, exports and emerging technologies, access to markets, and development of innovation districts. And the first we're gonna see about the infrastructure. Perhaps the greatest strength is its excellence infrastructure. This includes transportation infrastructure as well, maintained ports, airports, and roads, all of which play an important role in the country trade economy. As part of this, the country has world-class public transport from one border to the next. In addition, the transportation infrastructure, the Netherlands also as well develop energy and telecommunications infrastructure, which play an essential role in country digital transformation. And then the next we're gonna see about the weakness. So the weakness is aging population, dirty energy, geographical size of the Netherlands. First, aging population. Aging population being such a developed nation, the Netherlands is able to provide its citizens with top quality education, nutrition and healthcare. As a result, it has one of the world's highest life expectancy. A consequence of this is that as a whole country average is slowly rising. This means that the ratio of working age individual to elderly depends is skewed unfavorably. And then the geographical size of the Netherlands. The Netherlands is significantly smaller country than the other major European economies such as France and Germany. In certain ways, the size limitation can be weakness. For example, due to the small country size, it has fewer natural resources than others. However, it appears that the Netherlands is able to very skillfully manage this limitation, especially by focusing on service or manufacturing based business. And the third one we're gonna see about the opportunities. The first is emerging digital technology, use of artificial intelligence, big data analytics, internationalization. And the fourth is Brexit, climate change, uncertain future. So the first is Brexit. Although the Brexit is one of the hand and on opportunity for the Netherlands, it may also be a threat to the company. Almost 10% of the country exports reach the United Kingdom. So a change in current tax rate threats may affect significant revenue stream. And the climate change. Another growing threat to be the Netherlands is that of climate change. The Netherlands is also known for being an extremely low country, which makes it prone to the flooding. And then
Thanks, my friend, for representing a wonderful and detailed explanation about the startup Amsterdam. Let's move on different strategies of Amsterdam. From the slide, we can assume that there are many strategies, but the Amsterdam strategies are different. Whereas Amsterdam has various competitive advantage in terms of not only in effective company profile, uh, visibility, also in automation, diversification in different sector and so far. And also Amsterdam strategies also focus on the providing low cost startup aspects to both for the private and the public sector. After having a look on the different strategies of Amsterdam, now let's move on the VRIO analysis, where we are valuable, rare, imageable, advantage, organize and advantage. Um Amsterdam are successful in all areas such as the talent diversity, emerging technologies, access to the market, and enhance and stimulate network to the connection and establishment of innovation districts. Now we have come to the competitive analysis of Amsterdam. First, we have a look on the slide of the Amsterdam. If we look at the slide, there are different projects and all projects are successful and sustainable competitive advantage. Amsterdam is successful in connecting city and uh, employment, engagement and their motivation, and also in making effective policy for the strategies. At the end, I would like to say that with the help of our team members, uh, we we research and we collect the data, and we come to know about the Amsterdam history, their strategies, and their work, and also their projects, and so far. I hope you will appreciate our work and you like our teamwork. Uh, uh, and thanks for uh, this. And I next hand over to my colleague Syed Akbar for the remaining part. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I'm Sayed Akbar and I'm talking about recommendation and conclusion. Startup amendment can explain to various countries such as India, Japan, and so far for engineering its operational work. The company can also clear energy research in their working operation for the purpose of enhancing motivation and productivity of employer. The company can provide inductivity into the youth run enterprises for enriching the startup in the country, enhance GDP growth. The company can get a partnership with research institution for making data drive decision. Now I talk about conclusion. Startup Amendment is the program run by Amsterdam City in the North Island of supporting entrepreneurial startup and so far. The strength of the startup Amendment are talent divided ex- ex- accumulations to market energy technology and so far unsuitable competitive advantage in terms and energy technology and stability of network connection. Competitive analysis with the program are the Eurostar project and Amendum Science Parks and Amendum based on the NGO Spark. Implementation plan of 17 weeks with a budget of 2.5 lakhs revenue dollar and 95,007 755.8 network profit.